11,000 miles. That's how long this $85,000 luxury SUV lasted before the engine seized. The owner thought he was buying Italian craftsmanship. What he actually bought was a $30,000 repair bill and a car worth less than a used Camry. I've had 7 luxury SUVs on my lift this month alone. 3 of them will outlast your kids' college funds. 3 of them won't make it to their first inspection without something breaking. And the worst one? I had an owner get a quote so bad, he left the car at my shop and never came back. Just abandoned it. But here's the thing, there's one luxury SUV on this list with a documented 946,000 miles on the original engine. Not a typo. 946,000. I'll show you the proof. Today I'm counting down 3 luxury SUVs that will drain your bank account and 4 that'll last forever. I'm saving the one with nearly 1 million miles for last. Let's get into it. Worst number 3, Mercedes-Benz GLE. Number 3 on the worst list. And this one's going to upset some people because that 3-pointed star still means something to a lot of buyers. The Mercedes-Benz GLE. Gorgeous SUV. And Consumer Reports just gave it a predicted reliability score of 2 out of 5. I had a 2024 GLE 450 come in 2 months ago. The owner was furious. Not because something broke, because the car tried to kill him. His exact words. He's driving on the highway, cruise control set at 70, nobody in front of him, and the car just slams on the brakes. Full stop. Nearly caused a pileup. This isn't just his car. There are 6 NHTSA recalls on the 2024 to 2025 GLE. Now let's talk about money. When that air suspension fails, and on these, it's a matter of when, not if, you're looking at $813 to $865 per air spring. The compressor goes? Another $880 to $965. Mercedes dealer labor rates are over $200 an hour. And depreciation? The GLE loses about 48 to 51% of its value in 5 years. That's roughly $45,000 gone on a $90,000 SUV. If you're looking at a used GLE, pull the Carfax and look specifically for brake system complaints or any adaptive cruise control repairs. Test drive it with the cruise control on. If it does anything weird, walk away. Bottom line, the GLE is a fantastic SUV right up until it isn't. And when it isn't, you're paying Mercedes prices to fix Mercedes problems. That was bad. This next one is worse. We're talking about the SUV that Reddit users voted the single most overrated car ever made. Worst number 2, Land Rover Range Rover. Number 2. The Land Rover Range Rover. $115,000 starting price. 86% depreciation in 5 years. That's $72,000 in lost value alone, more than most cars cost brand new. You want to know what mechanics call this car? We call it Schrodinger's SUV. It's simultaneously working and broken at the same time. There's always something. I'm not joking. The air suspension is the big one. Those air struts typically fail around 80,000 miles. Sometimes sooner. And the 2024 model? 5 NHTSA recalls already. I had a customer whose 2024 Range Rover Sport needed a complete transmission replacement within weeks of purchase. I'm going to tell you something that Range Rover fans don't want to hear. This car is not built for reliability. It's built for luxury and capability. And that's fine, if you lease it. If you're buying to keep for 200,000 miles, you're making a $100,000 mistake. Air strut replacement, $1,300 each. Full 4-corner replacement, over $5,200 in parts alone. Compressor failure, another $800 plus. I read about Doug DeMuro, the car reviewer. His CarMax Range Rover needed $21,000 in repairs over 6 years. All covered by his extended warranty. Without that warranty? Bankruptcy. Mechanic math on the Range Rover, you'll spend more on repairs than you will on gas, insurance, and depreciation combined. And that's saying something. Alright. Remember what I said about the owner who abandoned his car at my shop? This next one. This is that car. Worst number 1. Maserati Levante. The absolute worst luxury SUV you can buy if you want to drive it forever. The Maserati Levante. And I'm not saying this to be controversial. The data is brutal. Here's that story. A guy bought a 2021 Levante GT Hybrid. 67,000 on the odometer. The engine starts making noise. He brought it to me because the dealer wants almost $30,000 for a new engine. His car is worth maybe $35,000 at this point. He sat in my waiting room for 10 minutes just staring at the estimate. Then he asked if I knew anyone who wanted to buy a Maserati. I didn't. He signed the title over to the shop for the cost of the diagnostic. That car sat in my lot for 3 weeks before we found someone willing to take the risk. The Levante has documented engine seizures at under 11,000 miles. Oil pump issues. The engine just locks up. No warning. One owner on the forums got a quote of £24,000, that's over $30,000, after his engine seized during normal driving. And the clutch? Grinding issues as early as 15,000 to 30,000 miles. Clutch replacement, $4,000. Depreciation on Maserati is the worst in the industry. The Grayscale loses 91% of its value in 5 years. Now here's the real twist. Maserati's dealer network is so thin that parts can take weeks to arrive. So you're paying premium prices for premium wait times. One owner described it as, the worst car I have ever owned. Multiple owners, actually. That's a direct quote from forums. If you want the Maserati experience, lease it. 3 years, give it back, let it be someone else's problem. Do not buy this car thinking you'll drive it for 10 years. You won't. The car won't let you. Bottom line on the Levante. It's a beautiful way to turn $100,000 into $15,000 while crying in a mechanic's waiting room. Alright, those are the 3 you avoid. If this straight talk is helping, hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming on exactly what to look for when buying used. Now let's talk about the SUVs that'll actually last. Here's the good news. Not every luxury SUV is an expensive disaster. Some of them are actually engineered to last. And I mean really last, 200,000, 300,000, some of them nearly 1 million miles. I've got 4 of them for you, and I'm saving the best for last. Oh, and I'm going to tell you something about one of these reliable brands that's going to make their fans furious. But first, number 4. Best number 4, Acura MDX. Number 4 on the best list, the Acura MDX. Honda engineering with a nicer interior. And this thing has the single highest documented mileage of any luxury SUV ever recorded. 946,252 miles. That's not a typo. A 2001 MDX worked as an airport shuttle in Madison, Wisconsin. Original engine. They just kept changing the oil, did the timing belt services when scheduled, and it kept going. The secret is the naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6. No turbos to fail, no complicated hybrid systems in the base model. RepairPal ranks the MDX second out of 14 luxury midsize SUVs for reliability. Average annual repair cost? $571. The MDX visits the shop an average of 0.4 times per year for unscheduled repairs. The probability of a major repair, we're talking $500 or more, is just 8% compared to the 12% industry average. High mileage examples are everywhere, 300,000 miles, 284,000 miles, owners talking about running these to 400,000 with basic maintenance. Here's what most people miss. Avoid the Type S. That turbocharged engine has had engine stall recalls and transmission issues. Stick with the base 3.5-liter V6. Less power, way more reliable. If you're buying used, the key is transmission fluid changes. Every 60,000 to 75,000 miles. Most MDX problems I see come from owners who ignored this interval. Check the maintenance records specifically for transmission services. Bottom line, the MDX is what happens when Honda decides to make a luxury SUV and doesn't forget how to make a Honda. It's not exciting. It just works. That was good. This next one is going to surprise people. It's German, and I'm recommending it for long-term ownership. I know, but hear me out. Best number 3, Porsche Macan. Number 3, the Porsche Macan. And before you say, but it's a Porsche, repairs cost a fortune, you're partially right. But here's the thing, you won't need as many repairs as you think. J.D. Power just gave the Macan the 2025 Most Dependable Compact Premium SUV Award. A Porsche won a dependability award. And it wasn't close. The brand overall ranked 4th in reliability, ahead of BMW, Mercedes, Audi. All of them. The 2015 to 2017 Macans? Avoid them. Water pump issues, transfer case problems. But 2019 and later? Those got fixed. The PDK transmission in these things is essentially bulletproof. Catastrophic failures are what mechanics call extremely rare. And the base 2.0-liter turbo 4-cylinder actually has fewer issues than the V6. Yes, maintenance averages $1,192 annually. That's higher than Japanese luxury. But depreciation is only 43.9% over 5 years, better than most German competitors. Buy a 2019 or newer. The base engine is actually more reliable than the V6, and you'll save on gas. Get the maintenance records and look specifically for water pump service. If it's been done, that's actually a good sign. Bottom line, the Macan proves that German engineering can mean reliability when the company actually prioritizes it. Porsche does. BMW and Mercedes, not always. Alright, two more. And both of these are from the same parent company. Stay with me, this is where it gets interesting. Number 2, the Lexus GX 460. This is the body-on-frame, Land Cruiser DNA. I'm going to drive this thing to 400,000 miles and then give it to my grandkids, SUV. The off-road community calls it one of the most reliable vehicles ever made. There's a 2012 GX 460 being tracked on enthusiast forums right now with 320,000 miles. Original engine. Owners regularly report 250,000 to 300,000 miles with nothing but scheduled maintenance. The 4.6-liter V8 uses a timing chain, not a belt, so you're not paying $1,500 every 100,000 miles like you would on interference engines. This thing is basically a Lexus suit on a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado chassis. Same platform that's been proven in Australia, Africa, the Middle East, places where reliability isn't a luxury, it's survival. The four-wheel drive system is simple and proven. No fancy electronics to fail. The 2023 GX 460 is the one to get. It's already being called a collector's model by enthusiasts. The 2020 to 2023 premium trim is the sweet spot. Avoid the luxury trim with air suspension, more complexity, more to fail. The standard suspension is simpler and just as capable. The bottom line, the GX 460 is what happens when Toyota builds a luxury SUV and remembers that Toyota built its reputation on reliability. This thing will outlast your mortgage. Alright. Number 1. The absolute best luxury SUV you can buy if you want to drive it forever. And this is the one with the million-mile proof behind it. Best number 1, Lexus RX 350. Number 1, the Lexus RX 350. This is it. The one I recommend more than any other luxury SUV when someone asks me, what should I buy if I want to keep it forever? Remember that 946,000-mile Acura? Lexus RX owners play that game too. Club Lexus forums have owners reporting 200,000, 250,000, 300,000 miles routinely. One guy's 2005 RX 330 hit 270,000 miles needing only a power steering rack over its entire life. RepairPal calculated the average annual repair cost at $550. $550. That's 67% less than the luxury midsize SUV average. J.D. Power just ranked Lexus first among luxury brands at 140 problems per 100 vehicles. The industry average is 202. Consumer Reports rated them third overall. The 3.5-liter V6 in the RX 350 uses a timing chain, no expensive belt replacements. The 8-speed automatic transmission has been proven across millions of Toyota and Lexus vehicles. Depreciation is where this thing really shines. The RX 350 retains 61.1% of its value after 5 years. That's almost unheard of in the SUV market. Now, one caveat, avoid the RX 450h Plus plug-in hybrid if you want simplicity. It's more efficient, sure, but water pump replacement goes from $1,000 to $1,300 on the RX 350 to $2,400 to $3,450 on the hybrid. More complexity, more cost. The standard RX 350 AWD is the bulletproof choice. Buy the RX 350 AWD with a naturally aspirated engine. Check maintenance records for regular oil changes. That's really all you need to look at. This engine is so reliable that neglect is the only thing that kills them. The bottom line, the Lexus RX 350 is the car I'd buy for my mother. It's the car I'd buy for my kids. It starts every morning, it doesn't break, and it won't make you poor. That's the definition of reliability. So that's it. 3 luxury SUVs that'll drain your bank account, the Mercedes GLE, the Range Rover, and the Maserati Levante. And 4 that'll last forever, the Acura MDX, Porsche Macan, Lexus GX 460, and the king of reliability, the Lexus RX 350. You now know more about these SUVs than most salespeople at the dealership. Next time someone tells you a Range Rover is a smart investment, you can tell them exactly how smart it is. $72,000 in depreciation. Now if you want to know about regular SUVs, not just luxury, that never break down, I made a video ranking the 5 most reliable SUVs that never break down. Some of these are half the price and just as bulletproof. That video is right here. That's 20 years of watching these things roll through my shop. Subscribe if this helps. I'll keep telling you what dealerships won't. Take care of your car and it will take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.